What is up? Welcome to another episode of the Intentional Grounding podcast, vidcast, brought to you by the Buffalo Rumblings Vidcast Network and SB Nation. It is a Thursday, and I am live, ready to get you pumped up for this heavyweight bout between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Yeah, it's Thursday. And you know, I ain't gonna lie. I've been on this protesting football on Thursdays because it's just not good football. It's not good football. I can't think of a good Thursday night football game this season that I really wanted to watch. And because it's the Bills, you kind of have to watch it. We kind of have to watch it. The good news is this, that both these teams played on Thanksgiving. Okay, so you had the New England Patriots playing against the Minnesota Vikings, the Buffalo Bills playing against the Detroit Lions. So in terms of preparation, these teams got a full week, like a normal week of practice. They got a full week of preparation. So typically, as you guys know, a team will play on Sunday and then come back and play on a Thursday on a short week. Not today. These Bills they're on Thursday night football. So we're going to get you locked and loaded for that. But before we continue, before we get going with this, I just want to make sure you know that Slide a Shelf. This is our sponsor. This show is brought to you by Slide a Shelf. Bills fans, are your cabinets in need of a timeout? Say goodbye to fixed dimension options, wasted space, and long waits. Slide a Shelf offers high-quality, customized, perfect-fitting slide-out shelves and cabinet organizers that make it easy to reach and organize the items you use most in your everyday life. Check them out at slideashelf.com and use the promo code Intentional Grounding to get 10% off 2 or more standard slide-out shelves plus free shipping. Visit their website at slideashelf.com and let them help you reach what matters. So again, I've been telling you guys this all year long. If you're looking to do a home improvement project and you want some dope customized slide-out shelves, you know, I'm a snack guy. I like organization. I got to have my snacks organized, man. I don't know about you guys, but whatever it is that you're trying to organize, let Slide a Shelf help you. Use the promo code Intentional Grounding and get 10% off your next order. Also, our show is brought to you by Picasso's Pizza. Treat yourself to the most flavorful pizza on game day. Picasso's, we are Buffalo Pizza. Shipping local and nationwide. Order online at picassospizza.net. Now we've paid the bills. All right, we've paid the bills. Jimmy Key, what's up? Let's go, Buffalo. Kristen 716, let's go. Mary, hey, LFG, let's go. So, and shout out to all of you guys, man, listening to the show, whether it's on podcast form, you're watching on the vidcast before the kickoff. Man, thank you so much for the support. None of this is possible without your support. So, shall we get into this? Shall we do this tonight? Shall we do this? So, I don't know how your Thanksgiving feast was. I know I deep fried a turkey and it was amazing. But I want to kind of, every week I talk about what's cap. Okay. And I don't want to be negative. Okay. But I want to be real. And, we've heard, we talked about last week that, Josh Allen, people saying Josh Allen being the problem with the offense. And I'm going to say that's incorrect. That's the cap. Josh Allen's not the problem. I think it's never one thing. Okay. It's never one thing to where you look at an offense and you go, okay, or you look at a team and you go, it's always, I think it's tiered, right? I think each party, each side of the ball, I think they have their detractors. They have the things that they do well and have things that they don't do well. And the idea and the notion that a lot of Bills fans, myself included, we kind of fell into a trap this year. We came in and we were just like, the Bills are the best team in the league. The Bills are going to win the Super Bowl, and we're going to ride this train, this Super Bowl train, all the way, to Arizona. And I'm not saying the Bills aren't going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not even saying they're not even going to make it. But what I am saying is that we got to temper our expectations and realize that getting to the Super Bowl is tough. There are other good teams out there. And I want you to be hopeful, but I also want you to be mindful and realistic. So is my question for you, watching the show, if you're going to be listening on podcast form, is this a Super Bowl caliber team? Do you think it's a Super Bowl caliber team? So if you're in the chat, go ahead and comment yes or no, or tell me why. Okay, I'm going to tell you what my answer is. So I think this is a Super Bowl caliber team, but I think they have some hurdles. In order for them to get to where they want to go, they have some hurdles. I think offensively, even though this is a top 5 scoring offense, top 2 in the league, I believe, top 1, it could even be first. There are some hurdles. One, you have a rookie offensive coordinator, and we're starting to see some growing pains. We're starting to see growing pains. We have the running game is improving, but we have some deficiencies on the run game. Okay. We also have issues at offensive line. The offensive line, from a run blocking standpoint, I think our pass blocking has been good, but I still think, we have some areas of weakness on the offensive line. Spencer Brown, I was one of the ones who had high hopes for Spencer Brown coming into this season. He ain't cutting it. He's wildly up and down, and it's so frustrating. It's like we can't get him to be consistent. He gets beat, with speed around the edge and even power. You're seeing guys win with power. And we know Spencer Brown's 6'9", one of the most physically gifted athletes, not just the offensive line, but in the league. And it's his technique that's hurting him. Roger Saffold, the left guard, is not playing up to the standard that we thought we'd see from a Pro Bowl left guard and Roger Saffold. It's not happening. So if I'm looking at the offensive line, I got to say, okay, Dion Dawkins, Mitch Morse, those are your 2 best offensive linemen. Ryan Bates at right guard, I think he's best on the left side. But the Bills have issues on the offensive line. I think we're still, I know it's like McDermott wants to have a balanced attack, but I think you got to incorporate these rookies more. I've been saying it all season long. What's James Cook doing? You got to get him involved. So, and I also told you that the season is linear. There's ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys, right? We're going to see that. We're seeing it. So that's the negative side. Here's the positive side. You don't want to be playing your best ball in the middle of the season. You don't want to be playing your best ball early in the season, which the Bills were. So we saw the Bills come out. They came out on fire, right? Destroyed the Rams. They came out, blew out the Titans. And now we're starting to see a little dip. And the opinions are all over the place. The Bills are this, the Bills ain't this, the Bills ain't that, whatever. But I think, hopefully, the Bills start to peak and play their best football starting now, right? We got 3 AFC East games coming up. The Bills need to start playing their best ball now. We're getting close. We're in the middle. We're getting close to the end of the season. And we know what happened last year with the Buffalo Bills. We had to go play the Chiefs in Kansas City. And The Chiefs are looking real good right now. In my opinion, my power rankings that I did on other podcasts, I have the Chiefs as the number one team in the league. I think they're the best. And so from a chip on your shoulder aspect, yeah, I like that. I don't want the attention to be on Buffalo because Buffalo's getting everybody's best shot. The Bills have one of the toughest schedules in the league. No one thought the AFC East would be this tough. The Bills are 0-2 in the division. Let that sink in. The Bills are 0-2 in the division. So we got a lot of work to do. The Bills got a lot of work to do, but all is not lost. The Bills are still 8-3. Win tonight, they could be atop of the AFC East. The Dolphins got a tough game this weekend. But just to think that to walk in here and just to think that the Bills, they're untouchable, that ain't it. Spin says the pass blocking is horrible and inconsistent. Absolutely. I agree. When we're healthy, yes, we are winning the Super Bowl. The problem is we got to get healthy. Tonight, we already know who we're missing tonight. No Kyrie Elam tonight. Ouch. That's not good. That's not good. Oh. So we'll talk about the injuries tonight. But that's what's capped, that the Bills, somehow lost their way and they're not Super Bowl bound or they can't make it to the big game. I don't agree with that. But do they have some hurdles? Absolutely. And like we just talked about, the injuries that's another one. So many injuries. So many injuries. So many. It's too many. That ain't nobody's fault. All right, so let's move on here. Here are the AFC standings for Week 13. We got the Dolphins arrow up at 8-3. Look, for whatever we thought about Tua Tagovailoa, these guys are balling out. I think, I'm not too fond of their defense. I thought their defense would be a lot better. But who needs defense when you can score like that? When you got two of the best wide receivers in the league, two of the fastest wide receivers in the league, yeah, they're going to be a problem. They're a problem. The Dolphins are good, folks. It's going to be a dogfight. I think the Bills still win the division. We got the Buffalo Bills at 8-3. I have them here at number 2 because the tie that the Dolphins beat the Bills. And then I got the Jets here. They're 6-4. Excuse me. The Jets are 6-4, but I got them on the arrow. Mike White. Hey, man, Mike White came in and played pretty well. For a backup quarterback, this is the second year in a row he's done this. How much more can you ask of Mike White? Because the Jets offense was not humming. It wasn't working. Ever since their star running back went down, Breece Hall, the Jets have been struggling, man. They've been really struggling. So the Jets are here at 6-4. And then we got the Patriots here at 6-5. I have them on an arrow down. So I don't know the direction the Patriots going from a personnel standpoint, roster standpoint. Bill Belichick is still the man that's pulling the strings. He's got all the cards, and I really didn't like their draft, to be honest. I don't like how they handled the Mac Jones situation with Bailey Zappi. I just don't like it. So I got the Patriots here on a down arrow at 6-5. So there you have it. Those are the AFC East standings for Week 13. Preach, young man. I appreciate it. The Jets, yeah. I know. I missed on the Jets, but I apologize for that. So who's up next? We got the New England Patriots coming to town, man. Now, what we saw the New England Patriots last year, the Bills beat them down in the playoffs. Do you guys do we need to take a trip down memory lane and remember, that awful tsunami-ish, terrible wind tunnel game in Buffalo where the Patriots threw the ball 2 times and they ran the rest of the time and they won the game. And after the game, I don't know if you guys remember, but Sean McDermott was saucy because They're talking about Bill Belichick as if, he was just the next coming of Jesus Christ. And he was like, I don't give him all that credit. And then what happened? The Bills later in the season traveled up to New England. And this was the Isaiah McKenzie crossers game. I don't know if you guys remember, but Isaiah McKenzie went ballistic, catching crossers left and right, just killing them. Will we see more of that today? Do we think that the Patriots are going to come out here and play a lot of man coverage? Single high safety? If they do, I think we're going to see a lot of the same things that we saw last year. But in that playoff game, the Bills smoked them. The Bills had 7 straight possessions, all touchdowns. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen tonight. That's very hard to replicate. Can we see something very similar, though? I'm not sure. But we got the New England Patriots. Okay, and listen, Linda. Are we going to – come on. Look at my face. Are we going to let this guy beat us? Are we effing serious right now? Mac freaking Jones. Are we serious right now? This guy. Look, I'm not making fun of a man because he's injured or was injured. But there ain't no way in hell that you're going to let the gym teacher, the substitute gym teacher, come in and beat you, man. Hell no. Hell to the no. Ain't happening, bro. We can't lose to the Patriots, man. It just, listen. There are teams that I don't mind if the Bills lose to the Chiefs. I mean, it bothers me, but it doesn't ruin my day. I don't care if the Bills lost to the San Diego Chargers or the LA Chargers. Okay, cool. But damn it, I'm going to tell you something. When the Bills lose to the Patriots, it's way worse because their fans are awful. Most New England fans are awful. I got friends who are Patriots fans. I was married to a woman. My son's mom is a New England Patriots fan. Come on now. So these games mean they mean something to me, man. I'm telling you, dog. We cannot lose to the Patriots. For the love of God. I'm just not. I'm not going to be well. I'm not going to be well. And I'm mad at the schedule makers, the football gods, if you will, for putting the Bills and the Patriots on a Thursday night. You know how much bad juju is on a Thursday night? I'm just saying, man. Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, dude. How do you get over that? Like, as a football player, as an athlete, man, how do you just you got that look? Like, you can't do that in the training room? You got to do that right there? That is not hot, sir. That is not hot. All right, I'm gonna get off of Mac Jones. But so we got the New England Patriots up. And when we look at the Patriots, here's just some quick stats. Let me take that down. So some quick stats here. So we got the Bills on the left side, Patriots on the right. The Patriots are they got the 25th ranked offense. Okay. So defensively, they're 4th. So they actually statistically have a better defense than the Bills. They got Matthew Judon playing really well. He leads the NFL in sacks. Okay. You have guys like Lawrence Guy and Dietrich Wise is having a really good season. Anthony Jennings at linebacker comes in and plays decent. Mac Wilson from the Cleveland Browns, he's been having a really good year, man. They use him to spy quarterbacks. He's a really athletic linebacker. Kyle Duggar, I would say he's had a pretty decent year. He got torched last week. So we know that this is a 5-man front. Okay, so they got that free extra rusher that Matthew Judon, who they blitz him a ton. He's a game wrecker. They are missing Christian Barmore, who is out with a season-ending injury, and then passing their 20th and rushing their 23rd. So this is they got this is the Bill Belichick way. Okay. They got a stout defense. But offensively, man, they're just not it. They got defensive coordinator. Matt Patricia is the offensive coordinator for this squad. Let that sink in, man. Matt freaking Patricia. Y'all remember who that is. He was the defensive coordinator for the Patriots. Got a head coaching job with the Detroit Lions. And we know how Bill is. He going to hire his guys back. So they bring back Matt Patricia, but he's like, instead of you doing the defense, I'm going to have you be offensive coordinator. What? We heard all offseason how the Patriots have no identity on offense. Well, they got one now, and that's Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson is having one hell of a year. Their whole offense runs through Ramondre Stevenson. Their whole offense, man. This guy right now he averages 4.5 yards per carry. He's got 4 touchdowns. Okay. You're going to see Damian Harris is the next leading rusher on their team. He's got almost 400 yards. From a receiving standpoint, you got Jacoby Myers, who we saw a little bit of last year. Jacoby Myers is a really decent wide receiver. They brought over Devontae Parker. He's only got 21 catches on 420 yards. So when they throw the ball deep, this is who they're looking to throw the ball to. And I will say that Mac Jones has a pretty good deep ball. But last year we saw them go get Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith hasn't really done much. We saw them go get Hunter Henry. I think he's solid. But this is a smash mouth, multiple tight ends, gap run scheme. They want to beat you up. They want to beat you up. Can the Bills answer the call tonight? That's the question. That is the question. Y'all are still on Mac Jones here. Y'all are still on Nancy Kerrigan face. Yeah, man. Okay. Harris is out. So Damian Harris is out. Kyle Elam is out. So the Bills are going to have their hands full. And I think we have to remind ourselves as well that the New England Patriots, when it comes, they saw what the Bills did to them late in the season and in the playoffs. They're competitors. They're football players. They're going to be thinking about that beatdown that they took in Buffalo. They're going to be thinking about it. Can the Bills answer the call? The Bills have been getting everybody's number one shot all year. They've been getting teams' best shot all year long. And this is not going to be any different. And to boot, these teams know each other very well. Schematically, coaching tendencies. They know each other very well. What are the Bills going to do? I guess we're going to have to find out. Let's talk about the injuries. Here we go. So we just heard that Kyle Elam is out. Dion Dawkins is out. Josh Allen elbow he was a full participant as of yesterday. The awesome news of the week is we get Tremaine Edmunds back. That's going to be huge. Not having Tremaine Edmunds, we saw the effects of not having him in the Vikings game. We saw the effects of not having him last week against the Lions. Tremaine's back, so that's huge. All right. Vanessa went out with the ankle. He's back. Now, I know some of y'all don't want to see Dane Jackson on the list here, but Dane Jackson has been having some horrible weeks, man. Von Miller out on IR he's going to be out for the next 4 weeks. That just came out today. And then Mitch Morse is in, which is great. That's going to help the offensive line. We sorely missed him last week. Jordan Phillips and Gregory Rousseau is in. Kyle Elam is out. I mean, again, just when you think the Bills are getting healthy, Vaughn was on his Voncast, yesterday or the day before, talking about how he's going to be back next week. So I don't know what happened in the last 2 days where, I guess doctors got together and they're like, yo, you ain't playing. Like, it's better off you don't have any major structural damage, and I wasn't there. This is me speculating. So the idea probably is to let him heal up and get him ready for the playoffs. That's what they signed Von Miller for anyway. What was get him? He's the closer in the playoffs. That's when they need him the most. We've seen what he can do in the regular season. He's playing really well. But guys are going to have to step up now. Guys are going to have to step up. The Bills are going to have to get a pass rush from Gregory Rousseau, AJ Epinesa, Boogie Basham, Shaq Lawson. I'm curious to see who starts for Vaughn. I hope it's Shaq Lawson. I think Shaq Lawson is your best outside of Gregory Rousseau. He's your best option. I'm not a fan of Boogie Basham, and I'm not a fan of AJ Epinesa. I wasn't a fan when the Bills drafted him, especially Epinesa. I think he's very limited. So Tre'Davious White, he's not on the injury list, obviously, but he's on a pitch count. So now that you have Kyer Elam out, Christian Benford is out on IR. What do you do now? What are you going to do now? So Dane Jackson obviously is one corner. So now we're going to see Xavier Rhodes and Tre'Davious White going to be over there with that number 2. So that has to mean, I hope it means that we see more Tre'Davious White. If not, you're going to see teams target an old Xavier Rhodes. They're going to target him. Good thing we play zone defense, because if we're playing man, y'all, I'm telling you, it's going to be, it'd be a wrap. It'd be a wrap. Is Dean Marlowe inactive tonight? Dean Marlowe, we need Dean Marlowe to play. We need Dean Marlowe to suit up. Elam, a healthy scratch. Is it a healthy scratch? Or I thought it was injury related. Oh man. Okay, so let's break this down. If Kyer Elam is a healthy scratch, what does that tell us? Let's read between the lines here. And this is, we're talking this through just as this is coming out. Thank you guys for posting that. So if Kyer Elam is a healthy scratch, that means, in my opinion, that one of two things. You're more confident in Tre'Davious White, or Xavier Rhodes is going to have a big role tonight. Think about that. Why else would he be a healthy scratch? I don't think the Bills have a luxury at the cornerback position. Why would you healthy scratch your number 1 draft pick from last year, from this past draft season? Like, why would you do that? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, I felt like Kyer Elam, he's been having some really positive plays, some really positive games. This is the problem that I've been having with Sean McDermott this year. Play the damn rookies, man. Play them. That's how you get experience. Use James Cook. You got Khalil Shakir out here, and you're not even using him. Let's get somebody. Dude, I love Sean McDermott, and I trust the process. But damn it, I'm gonna make sure I speak my piece on this, because you spent a first round pick on the cornerback that you don't need. You're healthy scratching him. You're healthy scratch. That doesn't make sense to me. Oh yeah, let's get James Cook in there. A few weeks ago, James Cook had the best game of his life in the NFL. Last week, he didn't do shit. It's like, oh, well, James Cook's still not ready. Oh, yeah, we go and we get Nyheim Hines. We get Nyheim Hines, and we don't use him. Like, what? It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Help me help you. Make it make sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. Marlowe is inactive? Listen, man. I know Mac Jones isn't the best throwing the ball, but with the injuries, you mean to tell me that you rather have Xavier Rhodes over Kyer Elam? That don't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. So what are the 3 keys to the game? Each week, I go over what I think the Bills need to do to win the game. All right. So, number 1, I think you got to attack the secondary. Now, when you look at this Patriots defense, they lost. I don't know if you guys know that they lost their best cornerback last year, okay, to free agency. So at the cornerback position, you got Jonathan Jones, Jack Jones, and Miles Bryant. Those are your cornerbacks. And a third round Marcus Jones out of Houston, who's a great returner. Okay. Last year, Miles Bryant, McKenzie torched Miles Bryant all day. Okay. Jonathan Jones. I'm not Jonathan Jones. Jonathan Jones and Jack Jones. Jack Jones is a rookie. He's been having a pretty good year for a rookie. But you got Jonathan Jones. Stephon Diggs needs to have 10 catches for 150 yards this game. Like, there is no reason why Stephon Diggs does not go off. So you have to come out. You have to attack this secondary. Use more play action pass. That's been one of the things about Dorsey that I haven't really been liking this year. They need to use more play action pass. Suck those linebackers in. Get those safeties and cornerbacks thinking an extra second. Use play action, man. Use it. Josh Allen is filthy in play action pass. You got to use it. So the Bills need to attack the secondary. I want to see a deep ball or two to Gabriel Davis, and him catch the damn ball. I've told you about me hating these body catches, right? Letting the ball hit your body. Man, Gabriel Davis, man, put your hands up, bro, and snatch that ball out of the air. Throw the ball deep. You got to. Attack the secondary. They are not that good back there. The offensive line. The offensive line tonight needs to step up. Look, you got Morse back. But you got Spencer Brown starting at right tackle. We got our swing tackle playing left tackle. Now, David Quessenberry. David Quessenberry was a good depth, solid pickup. I think it was a solid pickup. But he's playing left tackle tonight. So I feel like pay attention to where they line up Matthew Judon, because they're gonna line him up on either side. And he's coming. The Bills' offensive line's got to step up, right? Mitch Morse, no Dion Dawkins. These guys are gonna have to step up. Roger Saffold, man, what are you gonna do tonight? That's what I want to know. What is Roger Saffold gonna do tonight? I know he's a veteran presence. I also know that you're great. You could be really good in the run game, run blocking. What attitude are we gonna get from the offensive line tonight? Because that's huge for tonight. If you want to see those crossers and those deep overs and stuff like that, you got to have adequate protection on the line. And not having your Pro Bowl left tackle is huge, because Matthew Judon leads the league in sacks, and he's coming. Dietrich Wise is a good defensive lineman. These guys will be coming. They will be coming. There's a comment here. Why don't the Bills go and sign Darrell Williams? Nobody's picked him up free agency. He will help the offensive line. What do you think? Darrell Williams retired. He ain't playing. Darrell Williams is retired. And the thing about Darrell Williams, man, he's just not a good athlete. I think a lot of what the issues that we saw last year with the offensive line was because they did not have good athletes on the offensive line. That's why we saw them go get Roger Saffold. That's why we saw them re-sign Ryan Bates, because athletically they just weren't cutting it. Now, I think he was sound from a technical standpoint, but he's slow. He is slow. He is so slow. So, I don't think the Bills will go out and make a call to Darrell Williams. I think they have what they need for what they have right now. I think that's it. They just need to play better. And I don't know about you guys, but I definitely wanted to see more of a Aaron Cromer effect here. But maybe we start to see that towards the end of the season. Now, I will say that the run game has been better. It has gotten better week after week. That's why I'm pounding the table for using James Cook more. But yeah, the offensive line has to step up tonight. And lastly, you got to get pressure on Mac Jones. Mac Jones, you heard, he's not very good in general. I don't think he has flashes, he has moments, but they're not consistent. He's a limited athlete. So he's not a guy that's going to scramble around. Okay, he wants to stand back there in the pocket, very likened to Tom Brady, but he doesn't have the pocket presence that Tom Brady possesses. All right, so he's going to get skittish in the pocket, send pressure, disguise your blitz packages, Leslie Frazier. Disguise them. Send blitzers, corners off the edge. That's Taron Donch is really good at that. Send Milano and Edmunds on the A-gap blitz. They're really good at that. You got to get pressure. Ed Oliver was a monster last week. Let's not forget about Ed Oliver. Shout out to my boy Ed Oliver, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, because he balled out last week. Can he do it another week? Right? We talked about, I tweeted out, as soon as Vaughn went down, I said, you know what? If Ed Oliver can continue this level of play while Vaughn is out, it'll bode well for this defense, because Ed Oliver is pretty much unblockable. He was pretty much unblockable. Okay? Ed Oliver will be going up against probably Cole Strange. Cole Strange is that left guard. So we're going to see Cole Strange at left guard. So Ed Oliver, what you going to do? What are you going to do? Just like the Buffalo Bills. Okay? The Bills are turning the ball over at a heavy clip. So is the New England Patriots. They're 5th in the league at turning the ball over. Okay? Possessions ending in a turnover. What are we going to do? So I would love to see maybe a couple picks. I think you can scheme up a couple picks this game. Okay? I don't think that's far-fetched to say that Mac Jones has 2 picks. We got the addition of John Brown. Smoke is back. Yay. Smoke is back. But how much can we really depend on Smoke? I think from a route running perspective, I still think Smoke is a very good route runner. He can run routes. I think he can run a full route tree. My problem with Smoke is he's limited in terms of at the catch point. Okay? He's not strong enough at the catch point for him, and maybe they don't need him to be. But man, at contested balls, he does not thrive in contested situations. I would much rather them bring back Cole Beasley. That would be great. Oh, by the way, I didn't do my my OBJ update. So tomorrow's Friday, y'all. And Von Miller told us that OBJ will be in Buffalo. He's going to be in Buffalo on a visit to see the Bills. Vaughn also says they're going to lock the door. They ain't letting them out. So Ian Rappaport also reported that you have the Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills are they're the last 2 teams in the race. I would love to see you go bring in OBJ and you still bring in Cole Beasley. Bring them both in. I think you need it. Here's a question. Does Vaughn going to IR hurt the chances of getting OBJ? No. Nope. It doesn't hurt it. Nah. Because Vaughn is only going to be out 4 weeks. And Vaughn, even though on IR, he will still be in the building. He'll still be there. So that's his boy. Like, yeah, no, it'll be fine. So I wouldn't be worried about that. But I think we're missing, in this offense, the really good route running of Cole Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders. Those guys really, really know how to run routes and find soft spots and zones. That's what they're really good at. And the Bills are missing that. So that's why you see Josh Allen pressing, right? You see him pressing and making these ill-advised decisions because Josh Allen's a playmaker and he wants to take advantage of every opportunity that he has. And when you have ringers or guys that you depend on, Cole Beasley caught 82 balls last year. When you have a guy like a security blanket like that, when it's third down, throw to Cole. That's pretty much was the Bills' offense last year. Third down, throw it to Cole Beasley. He's going to catch it. And he did. Can John Brown come to that role? Because we know that Isaiah McKenzie, that's not his thing. Okay, what are we gonna see? What are we gonna see? Let's see what else do we have here. Here's another one. The Pats allow 6.3 yards per carry to quarterbacks. Now, we know that Josh Allen likes to run the ball, and that the Bills are a much better offense when Josh Allen is running the ball. Okay, I would say Josh Allen has at least 70 rushing yards tonight, at least. If the Pats are allowing 6.3 yards per carry to quarterbacks, that's awesome for Josh. That's going to be great for Josh. Exploit it. Exploit that. We don't know that. Beasley is retired, but we don't know if he's nowhere near football shape. That doesn't mean, a lot of these guys, when they retire like that, they're still in football shape. They still work out. Just because they retire doesn't mean that they're completely done with the game. We've seen guys come out of retirement. Gronk retired. Brady retired. I mean, we can go on and on and on about guys retiring and coming back. And it's not like, Cole Beasley's been out for 3 years. He just a month ago, he spent a week or two with the Bucks. Like, I guarantee you that Cole Beasley, if called upon, if the Bills wanted Cole Beasley, he's in football shape. I would love to see CB's back. What about bringing Emmanuel Sanders back? Me and Jay Spencer King talked about this a few weeks ago about the idea of Emmanuel Sanders coming back to the team. That would be great because Emmanuel Sanders gives you a short to intermediate, and I think he's effective on all three levels. I just don't know. I don't know if he wants to play football. He's doing his thing in the NFL media now, and he wanted to bring it up, but the thing is this, and I love that you guys bring this up because hold on? Did I hear that Josh Allen's wearing a Ryan Fitzpatrick jersey to the stadium tonight? Is that what I heard? What's Stevie up to? Hey, I ran into Stevie when I was in Buffalo for the opener. I ran into Stevie, dapping him up. Stevie's dope, man. Hey, Stevie would be dope. And once you talk about route running, Stevie was amazing. That dude was a route demon. Great route runner. So I say all that to say is that this offense, Josh Allen, they functioned a lot better when he had guys he could depend on to get open and run routes. So McKenzie and Gabriel Davis are not really good route runners. They struggle. And I would say Gabe Davis more than Gabriel Davis, more than Isaiah McKenzie. T.O. is always ready to go, man. I ain't trying to see T.O. So Ramondre Stevenson, we talked about him a little bit. The Bills got to find an answer for Ramondre Stevenson. So this is where Tremaine Edmunds comes into play. Matt Milano, who is playing at an all-pro level, playing at a level of NFL Defensive Player of the Year level. That's how good Matt Milano's been this year. So the fact that you get Tremaine Edmunds back in this game is huge. And they're going to need everything that they can get. Ramondre Stevenson also catches the ball out of backfield. So look for him to get a couple screens tonight. It's going to happen. All right. So you know how we've struggled at tackling? Yeah, like this is a game where you don't want to struggle in tackling because Ramondre Stevenson that's a load. He is a load. He is a tough physical runner. He's got good speed too. So the Bills are going to have their hands full with Ramondre Stevenson. Before we get out of here. Oh my God, Steve Lynn says, watch out for the John Brown comeback game. Yo, what if now I know no one's really expecting John Brown to go off tonight. I mean, it'd be far-fetched. It's highly not likely, improbable that John Brown has 70 yards receiving tonight. That would be crazy. But let's play a little game here. Let's play a game called Predict John Brown Stat Line. Okay? So, if you can predict, let's play a game. If you can predict John Brown Stat Line, and I'll give you could be a catch off and 3 yards off. Okay, so let's say John Brown gets 6 catches for 50 yards, and you say 5 catches for 52 yards. I will send you $50. I will buy you a gift card to Amazon. Let's do Amazon because you could buy anything on Amazon. I will do an Amazon gift card if you can predict John Brown's stat line. So in the chat, predict John Brown's stat line. Again, from a catch standpoint, you can only be 1 off, and you can only be 2 yards off, 3 yards off on the yardage. Okay. Predict that stat line. I will write these down. I will keep track of these. Okay. And I will give you a $50 Amazon gift card to the winner. So if you want to tell your friends and family, they got to come in here and they got to chat. Let them know. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to Intentional Grounding. All right. SB Nation, Buffalo Rumblings Vidcast Network. I'm giving out $50 gift card to Amazon. Hey, you go buy your wife a Birkin bag. All right. Ladies, go get yourself some bath bombs or whatever y'all do. All right. I see in here, I see a John Brown touchdown in the parlay. Ooh, okay. All right. Roy Collins says John Brown 2 catches, 11 yards. 3 catches, 36 yards. Oh, Steve coming in with the 4 for 60 and a tud. Dream. Okay. 4 catches, 62 yards. 4 catches, 66 yards. Okay. So I will, matter of fact, I will, just so I don't, I'm going to take a picture of that. And if you get that, hit me up on Twitter. I took a picture of it. Dan says 4 for 50. I keep them coming. So yeah, you guess it, you get a $50 gift card. Okay, so before we go, let's do our Slide a Shelf X Factor of the game. Now, we know every single week, again, this show is brought to you by Slide a Shelf, Reach What Matters. I pick a player that I believe is going to have a big impact in the game. And I try not to be cliche with this. Like, when you go to church at Sunday school, it's like every answer is like Jesus, the Bible. I try not to be like that. I really do. When I watch this film and I look at the matchups, who is going to be the main catalyst for a Bills win? Who needs good play? Who needs it the most this week? And not to be cliche-ish. Not to be cliche-ish. Oh, my guy. Is that my guy Elliot in here? What's good, my dog? What is good? I think it has to be this guy. I think it has to be Josh freaking Allen. Look, we've kind of gone away from MVP Josh. Okay? We haven't seen MVP Josh in a few weeks. What Josh Allen are we going to see today? This is my Josh Allen stat line for today. I think 26 to 39. So that's not an on-fire game. 287 yards passing. I think that's good. 2 touchdowns through the air. 1 rushing touchdown. I think Stephon Diggs gets 130 of those yards receiving, and I think you're gonna divvy up that rest of that 157 between Hines and Gabriel Davis and Isaiah McKenzie. For some of you guys, John Brown. I think, again, Stephon Diggs is going to eat a chunk of that up, but be aggressive. And I think Josh Allen gets 1 on the ground. That's my player of the game. I thought about going Ed Oliver here on this matchup with Cole Strange, but Ed Oliver balled out last week. So I think this is a game where this is another week where Josh Allen is feeling a little bit better with that elbow. I think, New England might simplify some of his looks, okay, and because of the defense they play. So I think Josh Allen can really come in here and have a good game. I think he can have a really good game this week. And we want to talk about this is just, Bills elevated John Brown. We talked about him from the practice squad. I don't know why people thought they were going to keep him on the practice squad. All right. Are we really gonna let this guy beat us? Hell no. Like, what are we talking about, yo? It's not happening. All right. What's the prediction? Let's do our score prediction. No turnovers, please. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to see no turnovers, man. I don't want to see no turnovers in the red zone. I don't want to see any stupid interceptions. If you throw a pick, throw a pick. Like, make it if it's a tip pass. I mean, I don't want to see any, but I don't want to see any like throwaways for interceptions or get in the red zone, throw an interception. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. All right. What is the score prediction going to be? So I'm going to give 2 minutes, a minute or so. Drop your score predictions in the chat. All right. Drop them. Gotta drop them. My prediction. Okay, so we got a 27-20. We got a 75-yard touchdown for Gabe tonight. Okay, I see you. 28-17 Bills. I think the Bills are going to win this game. I do think that the Bills score 30 points. I'm going to go out on the limb. I'm going to say the Bills get 34 points tonight. The Bills are going to score 34 points. I'm going to say 34-20 Bills. That's my prediction. 34-20 Bills. I think, the fact that the Bills are 0-2 in the division. All right, they know this. As much as we don't think that the Bills read the press or just, they know what's good. They're humans. They know what we say. They read the clippings. They know that they're 0-2 in the division. And they know if they want to get to where they want to go this season, they got to establish dominance in this division. And how you do that, you start with the Patriots. Then you get to the Jets, and then you smack the Miami Dolphins in Buffalo. That's how you do it. So the Bills 34, the Dolphins, the Patriots 20. So there you have it. So the Bills will come out victorious tonight. This is Thursday Night Football. I hate Thursday Night Football. I wish they would just get rid of it altogether. All right. Bills 34, Patriots 24. Pat score garbage touchdown at the end. Hey, we'll see. All right. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that you are listening to the Intentional Grounding podcast on the Buffalo Rumblings Vidcast Network here with SB Nation. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to Intentional Grounding. Like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. You can do all those things. I will be dropping this in podcast form later tonight. After my show here, you can go check out my boy Joe Miller on the post game with the Overreaction podcast. Also, there's something going on at halftime where you guys can get in there and comment on what you think the halftime adjustment needs to be, or if you just want to come in there and you just want to speak your piece, you could do that here on SB Nation Buffalo Rumblings. So make sure you do that, man. I'm gonna chill and watch this game. I might do some tweeting during the game, but make sure, man, that you watch it. You watch it with your fan bam. Richard Rush is my family. That's my son, y'all. Richard Rush is my son. Thank you, man. But yeah, I always want to keep it real, keep it a buck with you guys. But man, go watch the game, enjoy yourself. It's a freaking weekend, baby. It's Thursday. Friday is almost here. So you know what'll make our weekend better is if we get a dub from these Buffalo Bills. My name is Sterling Furrow. You can find me on Twitter at Furrow Sterling. You can find my work on BuffaloRumblings.com. And I'm out of here. Go Bills.